G'day motorheads and welcome to the video. And welcome to my Yamaha R7. Now I've owned this bike a little over 6 months. It has about 1500 Ks on the clock. So I thought this morning I'd just take you guys out, we'll go for a bit of a ride and I'll run you through some of the things that I like and I don't like about this motorcycle. So let's get suited up, gloves on, helmet on, and let's get out of here. Okay, so as I said in the intro, I was going to take you guys along and just run you through some of the things that I like and don't like about this bike just in the first few months of ownership. So we'll start with some of the negatives, and this is in no particular order. Obviously, it's a very, very quiet motorcycle from factory. Now, whether that is Yamaha, I dare say it's probably got something to do with Euro 5 and they put some of the exhaust systems on they do nowadays. It's very, very quiet. This motorcycle is super quiet. That's why everyone jumps as soon as they buy it and chuck an exhaust on it just to give it a bit of sound and, you know, open it up, get it tuned and get the full potential out of this bike. So yeah, that's one thing. This bike is very quiet out of the box from the factory. I mean, it is what it is. Another thing I find, like with most bikes, but not all, with these ones, the mirrors are quite buzzy when you're on the freeway. Not to the point where you can't really see what's going on behind you, but yeah, at freeway speeds, once you get a bit of a move along, these mirrors are quite buzzy. And it puts things behind you sort of out of focus. Another thing I'd have to say, and probably what I find the worst thing, is the fuel gauge on this. This is the first bike that I've owned that has a fuel gauge, and I don't know what it's like with other fuel gauges on other bikes, but this one, it ain't the best. You'll have half a tank, but yet when I'm at home and I'll start it up to let it warm up a bit before I go, oh mate, street triple, nice. When I kick it over at home and start it up, it'll tell me I've got a full tank, which is fine. You know, my car tells me that when I first start it up, and then it'll settle to what it is. But this will stay full until you get like a kilometre down the road. At least I find I get like half a K to a kilometre down the road, and it just drops to what it is, whether it's half, a quarter, 3/4. So yeah, not the most, I don't know if it's I guess it's an electric issue, or well, I don't think it's an issue, I just think that's how it's designed. I mean, and it's deceiving because you think, oh yeah, so unless you actually know, I'm pretty good, I pretty much know what I've got in the bikes when I park them. But yeah, you probably get caught out and think, oh okay, I've only got a full tank, that's right. And you get a kilometre down the road and realise, oh shit, I've only got half a tank. So that's probably one of the biggest gripes, if anything, the fuel tank. But like I said, you know, it's easy enough to work around it. But yeah, fuel tank is a little deceiving. And lastly, this bike is probably a little down on power overall in comparison to the other bikes in this category. But in saying that, it was one of the first ones that was released. And Yamaha did already have the CP2, the parallel twin engine. When this became popular, then obviously all the other manufacturers jumped on, like the Aprilia 660, Triumph Daytona. I think the Aprilia's got the most power, like 90, 94, 95 brake horsepower. I mean, it sits at 71 or 75. But by no means is this doesn't have the power. It's a great street bike. Might be a few bikes up there. So yeah, in comparison to all the other bikes that followed this and were released onto the market, this probably sits at the least amount of power. There's plenty of power of this bike on tap, more than enough that you'd need on the road. It's just that, yeah, it was the first one released. And I guess if you do want more power, they've obviously got like the MT-09, and by all reports, possibly releasing a Yamaha R7 using that CP3, the 3-cylinder triple 900cc engine. So that, I guess, has been teased, so that'll be coming soon. So if that's the case and you do want more power, just go buy yourself an R9. Okay, so let's just run through a few things that I do like about the bike. Probably first and foremost is the looks. I absolutely love the look of the R7. One of the main contributing factors that I brought the bike. I mean, for me personally, from every angle, this bike looks just stunning. Just looks very angular, very sleek. From every angle, this bike, from the side, from the front, from the top, even the dash. The top here where you can adjust the suspension, it looks very racy, it just looks mean, it looks fast. Yeah, I really love the look of the R7, it's dead sexy to me. It's dead sexy. The other thing I really like, and it might sound like a gripe, but it's not. The laziness. Well, laziness is not really a great way to explain the ease of what this bike is with the engine. Parallel twin, 698cc. I mean, it's a great street bike. It's easy to ride. It's smooth. It's completely different to my other bike, which is also another thing that I wanted. I didn't want two bikes essentially with the same beating heart, the same engine. So yeah, it's just very easy. There's plenty of power on tap if need be. And I think it'd be really fun to ride on track. But just for general everyday street use, it's brilliant. Really smooth, really easy. And probably lastly is the fact that how raw and basic, again, not sounding in a bad way, this motorcycle is. I mean, there's no electronics. Besides ABS, which by law has to be sold nowadays, bikes and cars with ABS, there's no electronics. There's no rider aids, no traction control, no ride modes because it's a cable actuated throttle. It just puts that emphasis back on the rider. I mean, again, which has that similarity with the other bike I own. And that's, and am I in no way shitting on electronics and rider aids because they're great. I've test ridden bikes with that and I find they're really, really good. But yeah, just the fact that this doesn't, it just puts emphasis back on me. I really like that. So guys, that was just a brief video on the Yamaha R7, just some things I like and don't like. As always, I'll be so interested to hear what you think, so please feel free to leave a comment. I will be doing in time adding some more bits and bobs to this bike, and I will make videos when the time arises. Don't forget, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. Nice, you saw me. Cheers, mate. So guys, thanks for watching. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.